What is up, everybody? Tyler here. Welcome to, this is what we're calling now Torah Tech Team. This is something that I offer exclusively if it's live. That means you're a part of my Patreon squad. What's up, gamers? If you want to jump in on that, you can. But if not, I'm still going to release it free because I'll be honest, I do not like creating material that does not eventually get out there for free because, I've taught in a high school classroom, I've been a principal administrator, and I know what it's like to have to pay for all these things. And so, you know what? If you want to help support, hit up patreon.com/Tyler Tarver. If you want to be a part of the live, patreon.com/Tyler Tarver. If you want this in the future, just subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the red subscribe button. That would be incredible. So here we go. We are going to talk about Google Meet today, and I want to walk through some of the current features, some of the upcoming features. I'll be honest, all summer I did these like live video hangouts we talked about, forms, doc sheets, slides, drive. We talked about pretty much everything in Google. We didn't talk about Google Meet. And the reason I didn't do this is, well, one, it's difficult because you got to add in like a bunch of people to do it, which is not a big deal. I could do that. But the thing that I knew was that they were about to roll out a bunch of features. Here's one of my big things. People are always like, oh, should I use Zoom or should I use Google Meet for my class? They don't say it like that, but they ask that question. My answer, ever since Google Classroom was about to come out, which was 7 or 8 years ago, and teachers were like, should I use Google Classroom or should I use Edmodo? Edmodo has more features. And my answer then was Google is basic right now with this feature, but they're going to start adding to it and keep making it better. I can't say the same for Edmodo. And what's everybody using now? Not Edmodo. So whenever you're looking at those two options, Zoom may have a couple features you like. Google's going to have those features soon, plus more, plus it's integrated with everything else that you use. Okay, so I recommend Google Meet for show. All right, so let's get into Google Meet. Now, there are a few ways. We want to do a full walkthrough. I say full walkthrough. I want to do as much of a walkthrough as I can, and I want to show you kind of my thought process. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how I would do it, and when I would use these certain features. So here we go. So I am in my Google Classroom. This is where I would run most of my Google Meets out of. So whenever I'm in, let's go into History Magic. My Google Meet link, oh, you got to see this. How about this? You want to be able to see this better than, see that right there? Your Meet link is attached right there at the top for you. So you're going to be able to see it. Now, if they're on a Chromebook, students will look like this as well. They'll be able to click this and go into the Meet. As of right now, students can jump into this Meet link at any time. So again, this is one of those features they're about to roll out. And it's one of the reasons I didn't do the Meet. I don't know if I even answered the question completely. The reason I haven't done a Meet Hangout is because I know that they're about to roll out a bunch of features and I don't be like, here's what's got, here's what's going to have. I want to say, here's what it has. But I wanted to share this with you guys because I know a lot of you guys are starting school. And so whenever they're in there, it's super easy to get to. I like this version of going to this. Now, they can all get in there without you. Just think of it almost like a common room or like a lobby area if you're not in there. And I know that crazy stuff can happen in there, but then you just follow your discipline issues just like you would if a kid typed something inappropriate on a computer or if a kid walked in a room and said a cuss word or whatever you would do, you just follow your discipline procedures. So keep that in mind. You can't prevent everything from happening, but if you address the issues, it starts weaning out or the students start going to the office more often. Okay. So this is how I would join it. Now I want to show you this is not my real calendar. I promise I have more to do than this, but this is my like burner calendar of where I just do Google tutorial stuff. You can actually go in and set, let's see if I have one. Here it is right here. This is a appointment I have. Anytime you create an appointment, let's just do that. Let's say you want to have a meeting with your team. You click on it, you start it, you're going to call it PLC meeting. Right here, you can add a Google Meet conference video directly to that. Boom. So now anybody that can't make it, it's attached. You don't have to worry about like, I'm going to email you the Zoom link or I'm going to attach you on Skype or what's a Microsoft Teams. This is attached directly in the calendar appointment. So all you have to do is you can click on it, or anybody, any guest that can't make it in person would click on it and they'll join the meeting. So it's just integrated in there. I mean, we're all probably using Google Calendar or Apple Calendar maybe. We're using Google Calendar for all of our stuff anyways. Why not have it attached? So that's super easy. Oh, a user tip, and I just put this on my TikTok account. Beth was the one that showed me this. You know how whenever you record a meeting, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm jumping around, but I'm hitting similar topics. Whenever you record a meeting, it goes into your drive, into a folder that they create, Google creates, called Meet Recordings. And most of the time they look like this. Do you see that? How it's like this code, this rando code that they give you. If you do it through here and you schedule that meeting, it's going to automatically label it. See that? It labels it with the name of whatever the event was, which is super convenient. I know you can look at the times and dates, but that's super convenient to me because I like to have the name already built into it. And so okay, so that's if you're doing it through Calendar. I recommend, especially if you're a teacher, it's just easier to do it through Google Classroom. Now, if you don't have the option, you have to turn it on. You go up to this gear in the upper right-hand corner. Y'all see that little gear? And you're going to scroll down to Meet. See where it says Meet? You've got to turn it on. Okay, you can even reset it. Like say you start getting some like randos, or you know what you could do? You could reset the link every time after class, but then again, they wouldn't be able to see it. Now you could make it invisible to students. Okay, so I'm trying to walk through what you could do. So here's some options for you. Right here, you can copy it, so you could paste it anywhere you want, or you can hit reset. That way, if say you need to clear it out and start a new link, some kid copied the link and tossed it on the internet or something, I don't know, you could reset it so it's a new one, and then you can take it off visibility to students. Students can't join as easily, but you wouldn't have kids randomly jumping in there, and then you just keep resetting the link after each class. So that's a safer way if you're really worried about students hanging out in your Google Meet without you in there. That's a good way for you to go in and change that. So I'm going to turn it on so it's visible to all my students. I'm going to hit save. There you go. You have to turn on Google Meet recordings, but once you do, it's going to be right up here. It's going to be attached to it. It's going to be super easy for you. Okay. Cool. Okay. So let's say I want to join this Google Meet. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to join my Meet. This area right here, this is like your waiting area. This is a way for you to test your camera. Okay, my camera works. I can go ahead and turn my camera off if I choose to. Say I don't want to be seen. If you're a student, you're watching this, cool. What's up? How you living? Subscribe. And if you are, if you're a student and you're going to join video, I get it if like you don't want to show your house or you've got stuff going on. But if you're just turning it off so that you can like do other stuff and goof around, turn that back on. It's just nice to do for your teacher. Okay, it's just nice to do. This is how you can mute yourself. If you wanted to mute yourself before you jump into the meeting, there you go. Now, you can use a phone access too. If you're in Google Meet, you can actually access it via phone. You'll call, and I believe you have to hit 6 to unmute. If there's a lot of people on the call, the phone will tell you you've automatically been muted because there's a ton of feedback and there's always one person doesn't realize they're doing it. They're yelling at people in the room. They're like, "Hey, Ma, the meatloaf." And so if you hit 6, it's going to turn that on or off. Okay. Then you can go in. You can start off presenting. If you click this, it'll start off presenting your screen. I'm just going to join. So there we go. There's a little ding in my ear. I have joined. Okay, so from here, I can go ahead and add people. So I can click here and say I needed to add, anyone else to my class, another teacher or a student that's not in the class. Boom, I can invite them or I can call. Okay, so I can hit the phone number or I can invite them via email. You could also copy the link there and toss it in anywhere you want. Am I sketchy? Am I sketchy? Let me see something. Hey, everybody, stick with me, little buddies. Here we go. Here we go. Changing up this setting. Yes, sirree. Boom. Nailed it. Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. Is that better? Worse? No different. Okay. Maybe it's just because I'm running 2 full videos at the same time off of a, DSLR camera. This is kind of trippy seeing myself. Oh, hey, what's up, Tyler? How are you doing? Are you good, bro? Oh, wait, no, I'm over here. Hey, what's up? That was dumb. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm going to join as my students as well. And I want to show you what it looks like for them if they're joining on their phone or on a tablet. So I've got both that I'm going to join from. Okay, so up here, let me see if you can see this. See right there? It's got that little video camera. You see the video camera? I'm going to tap on that. It's going to give me the same stuff. It says account active. Yep. Okay, I'm going to mute myself because if not, you're going to get feedback. Join. I thought I just muted myself. Oh, it's because, hold on. There it is. It's because the volume's coming through anyways, even though I'm muted. Okay, so I've got that. So let's pretend this is, there we go. Chipper Jones is going to join us. Hey, Chip. Chipper Jones. Okay. Awesome. Look at him. He's a little tall. I'm sorry. I'm spending way too much time on this. There we go. We got Chipper with us. And then I'm going to join on the iPad. Same thing. It's in the upper right-hand corner, little video camera. If you're on the Chromebook, it'll be right there on the classroom. Join the meeting. Oh, crud. There we go. All right. Same thing there. Oh, look at this. Okay, we'll make this one. We'll make Dwight Schrute. Dwight Schrute's going to join us for this. Come on, Dwight. There you go. There you go, Dwight. You're doing great, buddy. Look at me. Look at you. I say, look at me. Look at you. There we go. That's about as good as I can do. So this is so weird. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So whenever we're in here, we've got all of them on my teacher screen. Let me make this a little bigger. On this teacher screen, I can see all of my students. One of the issues I know that teachers are having is that they want to be able to see their student screen, but also when they're presenting. So watch what happens whenever I present my screen. So I'm going to go in here. I want to hit present now. And I want to choose just a window. So let's say I want to pick, well, no, let's cancel. I want to pick, going back to present now, and I want to present a Chrome tab. So I'm just going to pick a specific tab out of here. So we can choose this one, the new stuff coming out to Google. Okay. So one of the issues that teachers want is they want to be able to see both their students' faces, but also their presenting screen. And that's one of the problems when you're presenting with Google Meet is that, or presenting with anything, is that you're looking at the screen, but you still want to see their faces. What you need to do is you're going to need to take the Google Meet and you need to split it out off to the side. So it's like you're going to see half of your screen is going to be what you're presenting, and then the other half of your screen, you're just going to have to pull out your tabs and then just present one of the tabs. I hope that makes sense to you. So now I can see, let me show you my full screen so you can see what I'm seeing. So let's, hey, little buddy. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing that. Now I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my whole window. I'm gonna hit share. Okay, so now, oh goodness. That's huge. Okay, so now you can see what my computer looks like. You might have to get a long, especially if you're doing like long, like virtual learning for the whole semester, the whole year, it might not be a bad idea to buy a monitor. And if you're interested, just DM me on Instagram and I will send you, I'm at Tyler Tarver. DM me on Instagram and I will send you the link to what I use. And I love this screen. Like this is my favorite screen by far. So I'll send you the link to it if you want. But whenever you're presenting, I would just split out this screen and this screen and keep them separate. So I can see students still, my Chipper Jones and my Dwight Schrute, but also I can move around on this screen at the same time. That's going to be vital for you, especially if you're doing a lot of online learning. It's the only way to work. Even if you're a student in like online learning, it's such a great feature to have instead of splitting it on like a laptop screen, if you can get it. So let me switch back. Switch back. Here we go. Stopping the screen and we're gonna add a new screen. Singing because I'm in a transition period. Trying to get this thing going. Share this screen. Oh no, I'm gonna share this screen. And I'm gonna put it back over here. Put it in here and now I'm done singing. Thank goodness, everybody. Oh, lost my screen. Oh man, we had a good run. We had a good run. This is where'd you lose them, Tyler? Well, whenever you're switching the screen and singing. It's the best way to lose somebody. Okay, so here we go. I'm still presenting. If I want to stop presenting, I'll hit up here and hit stop. Okay, now it's just going to go back to viewing my students. Now, you have the feature. Let's go walk through our features. You know what I haven't been doing? Recording. So you need what I would recommend, and I did this for my students whenever I'm like, hey, don't let me let you out of class late. Whenever you are starting class, you need to set a couple students or all your students, say, hey, you guys are in charge of reminding me to record the session. Usually there's one kid that always like wants it recorded. And so they'll be like, hey, so-and-so, could you record the lesson? You need them to remind you, or else you'll do what I just did and you'll forget. So, and it's going to be helpful for you, especially if you're presenting your screen and you're teaching in person, but you have students virtually. It's going to be really helpful for them to have that feature to where they can watch the video at any time. So hit 3 dots in the bottom right-hand corner. Looks like an ant with no legs. Go up to the very top, says record meeting. It's going to ask is it cool with everybody? And I'm going to say, yeah, Chipper Jones, Bobblehead Dwight, y'all are good to go. Let me bobblehead them so they get more active. There we go. Look at them. Now they're in the mix. Okay. So I'm now recording. I can see that in my upper left-hand corner. You see the record button? Boom. So it's going to record it. And I have legit recorded. I did a PD for a school in Colorado, and I recorded a 7 hours worth of video. Recorded the whole thing. And then about an hour after I ended it, 30 minutes to an hour after I ended it, I got the link to my Google Drive or to my the video in Google Drive. Boom. And I could send it to them. So any of them that missed it or needed more help, they could use it. So there you go. Hey. All right. Now, that's recording. That's going to record until I stop. So even if you get out of the class, boom, you know what you could do? You could do like start recording at the beginning of class, and then you just leave it on. And that way, if you ever need to go back and scrub the video to get proof that kids jumped in the class, that might be a way to keep them out of the class. So just a thought. And then you just like go in and turn it off before you start the next class, turn it off. It'll go to save, you hit record, start the next one. And you can record that class 24 hours a day. That's not a bad idea, guys, because your storage is unlimited. I will say this, I have heard that Google recordings of Google Meets, that is going to become a part of only the enterprise solution. So you need to talk to your Google PD person, not Google PD. I'm your Google PD person. Well, your Google admin at your school, and ask them if they have Google Enterprise, and they plan on getting it to where you can have these recordings. It's going to be super important. And I don't know the cost of it, but it seems like it's going to be pretty important, especially with all the stuff we're doing. Okay, so let's keep going through some of our settings. We're going to click on here. Actually, let's go to this setting right here before we move on. So we've already done present. So we presented our screen. Now we want to go to turn on captions. This is a really cool feature. I didn't know about it. I don't know if it's new or not, but I didn't know about it until about a month ago. But if you click on this, it's going to start popping up what I'm saying, and it's going to give us captions. This is great for students if they're learning to read, if they're hearing impaired, anything like that. It's going to read my voice as I'm talking, and it's going to put it in here. How cool is that? And so there you go. You'll have that there for yourself and your students. Okay, click on this. Now, let's go through some of our settings. So we've already done the top one, which is recording. Let's go to the next one down. Change the layout. This one's really big, okay? This is how you change how it looks. This one would be where my screen or whoever's talking is on the left, and then everybody else is on the right. It's not showing me talking because I am, the one that's on the screen you're seeing. But if you're a student, it would pop up anybody, a teacher or another student who's talking. If you see another student that keeps popping up randomly, even though they're not talking, it's because they have their mic turned on. Okay, let's change the layout. That's the first one. Second one, we spotlight. I would only be seeing the person that is talking. This one's the one I like. If I ever have the choice on Zoom or Google Meet, I always go to tiled. Okay, right now I've only got 2 people in the class, so it's not a very good tile, but it's the one where it splits it out. Now, it used to be maxed out at 16 people at one time, so you had to download an add-on called Google Meet Grid View. That used to be an add-on that you had to get, and then you could turn on Google Meet. Now, they have said that is going to be rolled out in a feature coming up, I believe, this month. And so if you're watching this a month from now, it's already there. But it's a feature where you can choose up to 49 people at one time. So you'll be able to see your whole class, most classes. So it is a fantastic thing that they're doing to add that in. But it'll make my Google Meet Grid View video not do as well, but whatever. Okay, Full screen, if I hit that, it's going to take over my full screen. I don't want to do that, but that would cover my full screen. Now, a lot of people, if you're a student watching or teacher and you want to give advice to your students, a lot of times it can be, that's the problem with these screens, these Chromebooks. You don't have enough room and you're trying to do a Google Meet video and then you've got like half the screen, you're taking Google Docs notes. I kind of recommend paper notes if you can, or you can take notes with your phone. If you let the students know that they can take notes with their phone, it's not a bad idea for them if you trust them to do that. So, plus if not, they're gonna be on their phone anyways, hiding it from you. Okay, I can turn captions on or off from here as well. I know it's in the main part, but it's also in here. Then I have some more settings, which I'll show you if I'll stop doing the spinny wheel. Stop it with the spinny wheel. Y'all don't see my spinny wheel. That's crazy. Okay, ignore. We're gonna keep going. Okay, so if it crashes, we had to go to run. So settings, that's where you go in and you would change what you're getting your audio from. So like I'm hopefully still getting it from my headphone and it's running in there and it's not me trying to go through the computer. You could do your video settings, what you're getting your video from. Also, if it will load up, you know what? I think they're about to call me to be in Hamilton because, I mean, you guys hear it, my voice. It's absolutely incredible. Everybody talks about it. Everybody talks about how good it is. That's not true. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so let's go to settings. Let's take a look at those. Those are my microphone settings. I am still rolling through my headphone. Awesome. For video, I'm rolling through this. What's up? I can change my resolution from what I'm sending and receiving. If you are lagging, you can crank that down. So I can send resolution, I can keep it high, but then maybe my receive, I can chunk that down to 360. Okay. Or if it's really getting bad, you might just cut to audio only, just to where you're hearing people and you don't see people at all. If a student has to do this, it might be because their internet at home is just not very good, which happens. I have several people in some of my classes that have to do that. So hit done. Those are your settings. Then we're going to use phone for audio. So I can roll over and do phone. Again, use this if your bandwidth is super, super low and it's really messing up your the flow. If it's like glitching out a lot, it might not be a bad idea to switch to that. Report a problem, report abuse, help. We don't need those three unless we need them. So there you go. If you ever need to mute yourself, you know you can do this. I muted myself. If you need to turn off your video, you do this. Okay. Actually, one time I was in my class and my teacher was talking and I thought I had the audio muted, but I said I had muted the video, but the audio was still on. And then I was trying to change something in a video of mine. And so myself started talking on the screen and he was like, could somebody mute that? I was like, oh gosh, that's me. Sorry about everybody. That's my bad. That's my bad. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. If you want to, you can click here. This is how I get all the meeting info. If I need to copy the joining info, I can copy this link, toss it in Google Classroom. I can do whatever I want from there. Oh, we need to talk about the features that are about to roll out. I could throw attachments in. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't even talk about the chat. So we go up here to the people. So we're not done. Guys, we're not done. Why are you trying to leave? Why are you trying to leave? Click on this up here in the upper right. If you want, you can throw attachments. Now, if you attach this to a calendar meeting, any attachments that you have there, they're automatically going to go up, right? Which is a really cool feature. Like I said, I've said this on previous ones. When I did the Google Calendar one, make your Google Calendar your hub for everything that's going to happen during that meeting. Your meet links, any attachments, your agenda, any notes, anything that needs to happen for that meeting, attach it there. That way people aren't like searching or wondering, because how many of y'all been invited to meetings you don't know what's happening or why you're there? So here I can click on my people so I can view all the people in my class. Show everybody. This from here, this is where I can go in and I can mute people. I just click the little drop down. Pin if I really want to keep an eye on who it is. Like say Harry's acting up because he's stinking out of class in the middle of the night with his invisibility cloak. I can click this and I can pin them to my screen as my main person. So if I need to keep an eye on them, I can do that. They're already muted, so I can't mute them. Or I can click this little button right here and I can remove them from the meeting. So you can do all those things. If I need to kick them out, I need to mute them, or if I need to pin them to keep an eye on them, you can do that as well. This is your chat right here. This is where they can throw in stuff. Used to, this would be a good spot for them to ask questions, but this month they're rolling out Q&A sections for Google Meet. So they're actually going to have a spot to ask questions in the chats where they can talk to each other. So it's going to be cool that they're separating those two. And I can say, hey, a lot of times whenever I present, I like to toss in links. So like patreon.com/TylerTarver. If I'm like, hey, if you want to join these Google Meet recordings live and get a bunch of other stuff free and early, do that. Now, you're probably going to have to do http:// and it's still loading up. I love waiting on loading. If you hear me singing, that's what's happening. Okay. Boom. That way they can just click the link and go straight to it. Okay. So if you're going to toss a link in, you need to copy the link and paste it in, or type http:// and then the website. Okay. Cool. X out of that. Patreon.com. So here we go. I want to show you some of the new stuff that's about to roll out, and I'll probably do another Google Meet for my Patreon people. It'll be released later to everybody else, but do another one that's like an advanced view of Google Meet. They're going to have hand raising, so if somebody has or something they need to say, they can click the button and raise hand. That's a feature in Zoom. You've seen it before. You're going to have meeting attendance. You're going to be able to take attendance, see who attends the meetings. That's going to be pretty cool. I haven't seen any examples of that, but I like it because attendance is an issue, especially if you're taking attendance in your classrooms. Breakout rooms. This is going to be huge. There's an add-on. It's a Breakout Rooms add-on. I haven't used it yet, but you can do that. I've heard of other people that just create 4 different meetings and sent all their students to all those meetings. And so you can do that, or you can wait because Breakout Rooms is about to be something in Google Meet. This is all, I think this is for everybody, or this might just be, this is not enterprise. This is for everybody. Q&A, so you have chat, and then Q&A is separate. You're going to have polling, so you can throw in polls for large groups. And then you're going to have a bunch of other controls as the moderator, like moderators. So like I'm the host of my classroom, but then you could add like 1 or 2 students as moderators, or another teacher as a moderator, and they'll have controls like muting, presenting, joining, all this stuff. So it's similar to what in YouTube they have that. They have moderators that can go in and they can kind of essentially be your police on the ground while you're presenting, so you're not trying to do both at the same time. So there you go, guys. We just learned about Google Meet. If you're sticking with me this long, I think it's time to hit that red subscribe button. It's underneath the video. Click that red subscribe button. That would be pretty dope. If you want to watch these live, be a part of the chat, be a part of the conversation, help tell me what you want me to talk about. Okay, so I take these suggestions. This is a suggestion from one of my people on Tarver Tech Team. So if you want, check out patreon.com/TylerTarver. If you join the lowest tier, and I feel like a salesman, but I'm telling you, I'm going to give it all out for free. So if you want it for free, just stick around to the YouTube channel. You're going to get it for free. That's like level 1. Level 2, it's like $3 a month. You get this before everybody else, and then all the other stuff. Bleep, blah, bloop. I always feel weird saying this part, but you know what? It helps me make more resources, so I don't feel super bad. Cool. Let's see. You want that? That's pretty much it. That's all I got. Hope you guys are doing well in your classes. Hope you're killing it. Stay sweet. Hit me up if you want me to talk about something else. If there's something else you want me to do a tutorial on, I'm going to keep rolling. Y'all be good, stay sweet, and never stop learning. See you guys later. Peace.